The city noise died out the second they crossed into the zone. The Riverside apartment complex looked like it was glitching out of existence. The concrete edges were turning into jagged, blocky pixels, and the whole air felt heavy, like the static off an old TV. Maya hopped out of the car, stretching her arms above her head before checking the tension on her yo-yo strings. "Man, look at this place," she said, nodding toward the building. "It's like someone tried to install a mod on reality, and it broke the whole server." "It's a mess." Damian stepped out from the driver's side, adjusting his red coat. He wasn't as animated as Maya, but he wasn't a robot either. He just looked like a guy who had seen this kind of weirdness one too many times. "Messy or not, it's still the job," Damian said, tapping his earpiece. "HQ, we're at the front door. It's as ugly as you described. Any updates on the guests inside?" "HQ, handler. Still the same 4 signatures, Damian. Just be careful. These game masters aren't playing by the usual physics." "Use your head. When do I not?" Damian muttered with a slight smirk. He looked over at Maya. "You ready? Remember, don't go trying to crush the whole building the second things get hairy." "Keep it tight." Maya rolled her eyes, but she was smiling. "Relax, senior. I know the drill. Control is key, blah blah blah. I'm just ready to get out of this humidity and into some AC, even if the AC is digital." Maya's thoughts. "He's always worried about me overdoing it. I get it, gravity is scary, but I've been practicing. Still, the way the air is vibrating around that lobby, something's definitely waiting for us." As they stepped past the police tape, the ground beneath them shifted. The sidewalk turned into green and brown squares. Suddenly, a pair of metallic drones zoomed out from the lobby, hovering with a low, aggressive hum. Their lenses glowed a nasty red. "Great. Drones," Maya said, her hand already blurring as she wound up her yo-yo. "Don't get distracted," Damian cautioned, sliding his hand behind his back to grip the retracted staff. "They're just the welcoming committee. The real problem is whoever's playing them." The drones didn't wait. They opened fire, bright, glowing pellets that hissed through the air. Damian reacted instantly. He didn't scream a command. He just exhaled, and a thick, swirling white fog poured out from his coat, swallowing him whole. Damian's thoughts. 2 drones, fixed patrol patterns. "They're predictable. I'll pull their aggro, let her find the gap." 3 versions of Damian suddenly darted out of the smoke in different directions. The drones hesitated, their sensors twitching between the illusions. The real Damian appeared right under one, his staff snapping out to full length with a metallic clack, smashing the drone's underside and sending it spinning. The second drone pivoted toward Maya, but she was already mid-swing. She flicked her wrist, sending the yo-yo flying like a bullet. "Push!" She didn't scream it. It was more like a breath. The gravity wave hit the drone like a literal truck, flattening the metal frame before it went sailing through the lobby window. Crash. The glass didn't shatter into shards, it broke into perfect little cubes. The guy in the digital white tactical armor stepped forward, the red glow of his visor pulsing like a heartbeat. He didn't look like a typical thug. He looked like a professional player who had spent way too much time in a lobby. "RedLine. Hold it. You think this is a walkthrough? You don't skip the first floor." As Maya sprinted toward the back of the lobby, RedLine snapped his fingers. 2 more drones, heavy, multi-eyed spheres, decloaked from the ceiling with a mechanical whir. They dived toward Maya, their red sensors locking onto her heat signature. "I don't think so," RedLine sneered, raising his rifle. "Ads are spawning in. Not on her," Damian said. He slammed the base of his staff into the tiled floor. On impact, the white smoke didn't just drift, it erupted. A thick, blinding wall of fog surged forward, instantly swallowing the drones and RedLine's line of sight. Within the cloud, Damian's voice echoed from 3 different directions at once. Damian's thoughts. "He's relying on those sensors. If I can scramble the thermal output of this smoke, his drones will lose their lock." Just a few more seconds. Maya felt the air grow cold and thick as she hit the edge of Damian's fog. She didn't slow down. She heard a drone whirring right above her, trying to find its target. "Damian, now!" Maya shouted. "Going up!" Damian replied. From the heart of the smoke, his black metal staff suddenly extended with incredible speed, not to strike an enemy, but to act as a bridge. It shot past Maya, slanted at a perfect 45-degree angle, the tip wedging firmly into the railing of the second-floor mezzanine. Maya didn't miss a beat. She leapt onto the pole, making herself weightless with a flick of her wrist. She ran up the length of the staff like it was a flat road, clearing the first flight of stairs in a single, gravity-defying blur. "Don't take too long, old man. You know I hate waiting," Maya shouted as she vanished into the darkness of the second floor. RedLine fired a blind burst into the smoke, his bullets whistling past where Maya had been a second before. He growled, waving his arm to dissipate the fog, his red visor burning with frustration as he turned back to the man in the red coat. "RedLine, You're a real pain in the ass, you know that? She just walked into a death trap. Damian retracted his staff with a smooth metallic ring, the smoke settling around his boots like a restless sea. He adjusted his collar, his expression bored but lethal. Maybe, Damian said, his eyes locking onto RedLine's visor. But I told you, you're fighting me, and I'm much harder to beat than a drone. He took a combat stance, the staff spinning in a slow, hypnotic circle. Let's see if your aim is as good as your mouth. RedLine, annoyed. Pause.
く煙が巻き起こる街見過ごせぬ力の暴走冷静に任務を果たす北条